Alright, so we should be live, barring any weird streaming BS that I don't know about. I am getting over a respiratory infection that is not COVID. So if I'm coughing a bit, that is why. I don't know why I'm putting those up there. I'm going to need them. But yeah, so we're going to roll out card 5.3 in the National Wrestling Commission. And I will be announcing, probably after like the third match or so, I will reveal another card in my upcoming 6-card bootleg set. Keep in mind that Dale Lewis is the only finished artwork I have at this point. Well, I have 2 others, but the only Warner finished artwork that I have. So the one I'll be showing you is work in progress artwork, and not final. So that's something to keep in mind. But it will be cool nonetheless. Probably not a guy most of you are familiar with. I would be surprised if a whole bunch of people got excited for him. But he is a pretty awesome dude, if you look him up after I announce him and read about him. There's a bunch of stuff written about him in Rock Rim's excellent Big Time, When It Was Big Time book, if you've read that. So, just a heads up. Alrighty then. So with that, let's get on to our first match of the evening. And this match is going to see, hailing from Los Angeles, California, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 208 pounds, this is Count Billy Varga. And his opponent, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 200 pounds, from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, this is Lightning Rod Fenton. And so our first match is going to see Billy Varga take on Rod Fenton to start things off in the light heavyweight division. Let's get these guys marked out. We've got a 6-3 on Varga, a 7-4 on Fenton. Excuse me. And let's roll for initiative. And it looks like Varga takes it in the blue corner here. So Varga on the attack. And Billy Varga with a side headlock. And that's going to hurt Rod Fenton. Really wrenching that headlock. And Varga lets him go. Throws a drop kick. And that is going to connect solidly with Rod Fenton. Send him stumbling backwards. Not quite putting him down, though. And Varga grabs the headlock and spins out to a single leg takedown. And that is going to hurt Rod Fenton as well. He smacks the mat pretty hard, but he is back up. And now Varga throwing another dropkick at Rod Fenton, but Fenton sidesteps it. Varga's back to his feet, and Fenton attacking with a headlock. And Varga is able to squeeze his way out of it and take control of the match once again. And here we've got Varga grabbing a side headlock of his own. And this is going to daze Lightning Rod Fenton. And Derek Bauman is here. Hello, Derek. How are you doing? And Billy Varga once again grabbing that side headlock and wrenching it. This has been a match of headlocks. And once again, Lightning Rod Fenton is dazed. And Varga keeps him in that side headlock, really wrenching it now. And Fenton able to slip his head out as he takes control of the match. And Fenton attempts a face smother. This is a power maneuver. They're tied in power, so that is going to work. And Billy Varga is hurt as Fenton smothers him. And now Rod Fenton with an overhead body slam on Billy Varga. Sorry again, and that's going to hurt Billy Varga as Varga pops back up. And Fenton continues the attack. Rod Fenton grabs him with a rope choke. This is a choice B maneuver. So this is going to be either an into the turnbuckle or a level 2 move that's going to work on agility. Turnbuckle of Varga is B, agility is -1. I think he's going to go for the turnbuckle. So we're going to roll Varga's turnbuckle chart here. That is a B6. Into the turnbuckle, B6. The referee orders a clean break. The opponent backs off and you step out of the corner. The opponent steps to the side and grabs an outside single leg. Opponent rolls on level 2 offense. So here we go, Fenton on level 2 offense here after that single leg on Billy Varga. And Rob Fenton gonna throw him into the ropes. Varga's got an A ropes rating. This is a A4 into the ropes. And Varga. The opponent backs away from the ropes. This gives you time to secure a devastating crotch lift and body slam. So Varga with a big crotch lift and body slam as they move away from the ropes. And Billy Varga now on level 3 offense here. And Varga grabs him in a short arm scissors. And Fenton's got nowhere to go. He can't reach the ropes. Can he break the hold? He's got to roll a 5 or better to break out of this. And with a roll of an 8, he does it. And Varga on the attack. And Billy Varga with a knee lift. This is a choice H maneuver. And so that is going to be backing him into the ropes or a roll or an agility. He is going to back him into the ropes. So Fenton has a B ropes rating, and that's going to be a B8. You and the opponent break clean. As the opponent backs up, you step towards the opponent, and he grabs you with a quick fireman's carry. Opponent rolls on level 2 offense. So Varga with a quick fireman's carry on Rod Fenton. And Varga on level 2 offense here. And Varga now backing Fenton into the turnbuckle. Fenton's got a B turnbuckle. That is a B8. Your opponent backs out of the corner, and you rush towards them. They use your momentum to deliver an overhead suplex and throw you across the ring. Opponent rolls on level 3 offense. So Billy Varga with that big overhead suplex on Rod Fenton. And Varga on the attack here. And Varga's got that short arm scissors again. And Fenton able to get his leg over the ropes, force a break here. Fenton is hurt. And Billy Varga with a headlock to spinning single leg. And he is taking Fenton down. Fenton's hurt. And Varga still on the attack here. And now Billy Varga grabs his leg, takes him down half crab. And Rod Fenton, once again able to reach the ropes, break the hold. And he uses the ropes to get back to his feet as Varga continues the onslaught. Varga throwing a dropkick at Lightning Rod Fenton. And Fenton catches that dropkick squarely in the chest as he stumbles back into the ropes. And now Billy Varga with a big rope attack here. This is going to be an into the ropes for Billy Varga. So after that dropkick, he just met him at the ropes. They are leaned against the ropes. Let's see what happens. A B7. Into the ropes. B7. The opponent backs you into the ropes, and you both break clean to the applause of the crowd. Roll again for initiative. Highest roll takes over on level 2 offense. So here we go, rolling for initiative. And Billy Varga comes out of that one on the attack. And now Billy Varga going to back him into the turnbuckle. And Fenton once again rolls an 8. B8 turnbuckle. This is the overhead suplex. So Billy Varga catches him once again with an overhead suplex. Fenton didn't learn the first time. And now Varga on the attack on level 3. And that's a short arm scissors by Billy Varga. And this has got Rod Fenton down. Fenton has the choice to roll out of the ring, which he is going to take. He's got an A, but he rolls an 11, so an A11 out of the ring for Rod Fenton. As they're backing into the ropes, you collide violently with your opponent, sending you falling out of the ring, where you strike your head on the floor. Roll countout. If there's no countout, you manage to crawl back into the ring. Opponent rolls on level 3 offense. So Fenton needs a 6 or better to get back into the ring. And he gets it. And Billy Varga on level 3 offense here. And Varga with a rolling Beal throw on Lightning Rod Fenton. And Fenton hits the mat hard, but close to the ropes, and he's able to pull himself up as Varga continues the attack. Varga moves in, grabs a headlock, spins out into a single leg takedown. And Rod Fenton hurt again by Varga's attack. And Billy Varga grabs him up, body slams him. And Fenton, once again, hurt but not down. And Varga with another body slam. And once again, Rod Fenton, hurt but not down. And Varga throwing another drop kick. That catches Fenton square in the chest again. Fenton backed into the ropes by the drop kick, and he is hurt. And Varga throws another drop kick and connects again. Can't take Fenton off of his feet with these drop kicks, though. And Varga with a third drop kick. And this time Fenton moves out of the way and takes control of the fight. This match seems to be all about the headlocks and the level 2. As Billy Varga grabs a leg, takes him down, and rolls him up into a half crab here. And that is going to leave Rod Fenton down. He's able to reach the ropes. 6 out of the ring roll for Rod Fenton. Your opponent opens up the ropes, but as you step through them, you take down the opponent with a leg whip. The official is frustrated by your lack of sportsmanship. Roll DQ. If there's no DQ, roll on level 3 offense. So Fenton could be disqualified by the referee here. Fenton is not disqualified. The referee admonishing him for not acting in a sportsmanlike manner, but Fenton is on the attack now. And Rod Fenton is going to pummel Billy Varga with his fists. Varga covers up and absorbs all of them with ease, and then goes on the attack on his own. And Billy Varga grabs him with a grounded wrist lock, and this is a choice F maneuver. And that is going to be a level 2 move that's going to work on agility, or level 3 that's going to work on power. You know we're going for the power with these guys, so a roll of 7 or less here. And Varga gets it, so Rod Fenton rolling on level 3. And Fenton is down. Fenton close enough to the ropes that he's able to roll out, though. And a 3 out of the ring. And as he was getting back up to the ring, Varga tries to shove him out of the rope, or off the apron, but Fenton able to pull Varga out. And Fenton lands on top of Varga, leaving Varga hurt on the floor. And Varga's going to roll count out. Billy Varga needs a 4 or better to get back in the ring. He gets it. And Rod Fenton is on the attack here. And Fenton going to toss Varga back out of the ring. And Varga's got a C ring rating, so that is a C7. As you back into the ropes, the opponent shoves you out of the ring. The referee is upset with such a flagrant rules violation. Opponent rolls DQ, so that's Lightning Rod Fenton rolling for DQ. And that does it. Rod Fenton is disqualified for unsportsmanlike conduct as he shoves Billy Varga out of the ring. So Billy Varga picks up the win by DQ when Rod Fenton shoves him out of the ring. Let's record this in our record-keeping software here. So Varga defeated Fenton via DQ. It's disqualified for sports like conduct. And let's see. He's got 2. Varga has 1, so that's 3. That's a 1.5 star match to start us off. So Billy Varga picks up the win. And in the next match, let's see, I'll put those up there. I just bumped the table, unfortunately. That was not what I was intending to do. Everything is still on screen, it looks like. So that's good. Our next match is a friendly bout between friends. Hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighing in at 215 pounds. Here is one half of Mustachioed Muscle. Here is Tom Jenkins. And his opponent, standing 5 feet 9.5 inches tall, weighing in at 165 pounds, from Springfield Township, Iowa. He is the other half of Mustachioed Muscle. Here is Farmer Burns. And Farmer Martin Burns and his friend Tom Jenkins having a friendly match here tonight. And let's get this all set up. Burns is a 5'2". Jenkins is a 5'2". And now let's roll for some initiative. And it looks like Farmer Burns is going to take it out of the lockup. And Farmer Burns with a side headlock on Tom Jenkins. All of our matches seem to be big on headlocks tonight. And Jenkins is hurt by Burns' headlock here. And Farmer Burns backing Tom Jenkins into the rope in the headlock. And he's got a B ropes rating, so B7. And that is a clean break. And they're going to roll again for initiative. And they tie. So they stare at each other. You can feel the tension here as these two are friends, but they're highly competitive. Now they're rolling for level 3. And they tie again. So Farmer Burns and Tom Jenkins still rolling to see who gets the advantage on level 3 here. And it's going to be Farmer Burns. And Farmer Burns not going to throw him out of the ring. And Farmer Burns grabs a hammerlock on Tom Jenkins. And that's going to hurt Jenkins. Farmer Burns continues his attack. Pushing Jenkins back into the ropes in the hammerlock. And Jenkins has a B7 again. That's a clean break. Nope. And so we're going to roll for the initiative once again. And this time it is Tom Jenkins who takes control out of the lockup. And Jenkins with a half Nelson. And that is going to be countered by Farmer Burns. And Burns going to back him into the turnbuckle now. And he's got a B turnbuckle as well. And that is a B7 into the turnbuckle. These guys like to roll their 7s on the charts. The referee orders a clean break. The opponent backs off of you and steps out of the corner. The opponent steps to the side and grabs an outside single leg takedown. Opponent rolls on level 2 offense. So Farmer Burns on level 2. And Farmer Burns grabs him with a flying mare. This is a choice D maneuver. So this is going to be a level 2 move that's going to be on agility, or a level 3 move on power. Man, my coughing is... And I think Burns is going to go for the power move here. So it's going to work on a 7 or better. Or a 7 or less. And he gets it. So Tom Jenkins rolling on level 3. And Jenkins rolling his pin. He needs 3 or better. He just needs to avoid snake eyes. And he gets it. And now Farmer Burns on the attack. And Farmer Burns locks on that chicken wing. A +2 finisher. So now Jenkins, 6 or better, will kick out. And he gets it. He breaks that chicken wing. Able to escape. And Farmer Burns still on the attack, though. And Farmer Burns with a head and arm throw. And this is going to lead to a pin on Tom Jenkins. Jenkins needs 5 or better to kick out. And he gets it. And Farmer Burns not letting up, though. And Burns with a reverse back body hold. And this is going to hurt Tom Jenkins. They both have a great mustache. They're actually a tag team in my universe called Mustachioed Muscle. Alright, so rolling on level 2 here. And that is a grounded armbar for Farmer Burns. And that's going to hurt Tom Jenkins. And now, Burns transfers into that double scissor hold after he put that armbar on and took Jenkins down. And Jenkins, once again, hurt by Farmer Burns. And now Burns backing him into the ropes. And a B4 into the ropes. And here we go. You and your opponent are clinched near the ropes. You sidestep the opponent and use a quick sweep or sneaky rabbit punch, depending on your wrestling style. Roll on level 2 offense. So, of course, Tom Jenkins isn't going to rabbit punch his friend Farmer Burns. So we're going to say he used a quick leg sweep and took Burns to the mat. And Burns is hurt. And Jenkins rolling on level 2 offense here. And Burns caught with a half Nelson by Tom Jenkins. And Farmer Burns is dazed. And now, Jenkins tie up and a body shot. Things are starting to get a little dirty between these two. But Farmer Burns, able to absorb it with no problem, hangs on to the lockup and is now in control. And Farmer Burns grabs a side headlock. And that's going to hurt Tom Jenkins. A stash versus stash match? Yeah, that'd be a good one. If they weren't tag team partners or they ever break up, maybe that's what we'll do. And now Burns with a flying mare. This is a choice D maneuver. And we're going to go for the power. And this is going to work on 7 or less. And he gets it. So Tom Jenkins nailed with a crotch lift and slam by Farmer Burns. And is rolling on level 3 defense. And he's hurt. As Farmer Burns continues the onslaught here. And now Burns backs him into the ropes. And a roll of 9. So a 9B this time. Into the ropes. You and the opponent break clean. As the opponent backs up, you step towards the opponent. And he grabs you in a quick fireman's carry. Opponent rolls on level 2. So Burns with a fireman's carry. And Jenkins is in trouble. And double scissors hold by Farmer Burns. And Jenkins finally slips out and takes control of the fight. Jenkins on level 2 offense here with a half Nelson on Farmer Burns. And Farmer Burns slips out of the half Nelson and takes control right back. And Burns now with a grounded armbar. And Jenkins slips out of that and takes control of the fight. These two just chaining back and forth, back and forth. And now a chancery hold takedown from Tom Jenkins. And that's going to put Farmer Burns down as Jenkins is on the attack. And now Tom Jenkins with a bar Nelson and crotch. And that is going to leave Farmer Burns down again. And Tom Jenkins continues with that bar Nelson. And Farmer Burns continues to be down. And now he's not going to throw him out of the ring. And Farmer Burns grabs a hammerlock. And this is a choice E. His agility is -1. His power is +1. We're going to go for the agility anyway. 7 or less. And he just barely gets it. And now Farmer Burns rolling on level 3. And Burns is down. After that rolling knee bar. Able to get to the ropes and stop the submission. But Jenkins is on the attack. And Jenkins bars the Nelson and takes him down again. And this is going to leave Farmer Burns down once again. And continues to hang on to that bar Nelson, and Farmer Burns continues to be down. Jenkins really just showing that he can pretty much do what he wants with Farmer Burns here. Out of the ring, he's not going to do that. He's going to roll up. And he rolls a hip lock takedown on Farmer Burns. Burns thrown too close to the ropes, able to use them to get back to his feet. As Jenkins continues his assault. And Jenkins grabs a head scissors. And Farmer Burns is hurt there. And now, Jenkins moves in for a half Nelson on Farmer Burns. Burns is dazed by that half Nelson. And Jenkins throws an open hand jab at Farmer Burns. Burns able to parry that open hand jab. Puts Jenkins off balance and takes control of the match. And now, Farmer Burns grabs a double scissor hold on Tom Jenkins. And Jenkins is hurt. And Burns with a flying mare. This is a choice D maneuver. So 7 or better here. We've used this before. And he rolls an 8. So that is not successful. And Jenkins takes control. And Tom Jenkins with a hammerlock. This is a choice E maneuver. And so that is also going to be a 7 or better. And he gets it. Farmer Burns rolling on level 3 here. And Burns is hurt. And Jenkins has that hammerlock applied. And he moves into a head scissors from the hammerlock. And Farmer Burns able to squeeze his head out and stand up before Jenkins knows what's going on. Burns in control now. And Burns with a waistlock slam. This is a power move. And Tom Jenkins has the power, so that's not going to work. And Jenkins takes control. Jenkins now backing Farmer Burns into the turnbuckle. And Burns has a B turnbuckle rating. That is a B7. We have rolled this before, but I can't remember what it is. This is the outside single leg as Jenkins steps to the side as they come back out of the turnbuckle and grabs the leg of Farmer Burns, takes him down. And now Jenkins with a hip lock takedown, and that's going to put Burns to the mat. And Farmer Burns is caught in a short arm scissors by Tom Jenkins. And that is also going to leave Farmer Burns down. And Burns continues to struggle with Jenkins as Jenkins keeps him in the short arm scissors. And Burns able to make it back to his feet. And Jenkins moves right in for a head scissors again. And that is going to hurt Farmer Burns. And Jenkins grabs the half Nelson And Farmer Burns can't fight out of it this time. He is hurt. And here we go with Tom Jenkins. Grabs another hammerlock. 7 or better. And he does not get it. And Farmer Burns on the attack here. Burns grabs a double scissor hold on Tom Jenkins. And Jenkins is hurt. And now grounded armbar on Tom Jenkins. And Jenkins hurt once again. And now Burns grabs that toe lock. And this is a +1 maneuver. So he is going to add to his fatigue. And he is on level 3 here. And he rolls a pin. So this toe lock is causing great pain for Tom Jenkins. Jenkins could submit here. He needs a 7 or better to kick out. And he does not do it. So with a toe lock, Farmer Burns has beat his tag team partner and friend, Tom Jenkins, in a friendly exhibition. Let's go ahead and record that. Burns defeated Jenkins via toe lock.
There's a reminder for Carl.
And what is that? That is a 5-2. So he can move up 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. So that is a 2.5-star match between the two friends and mustachioed muscle partners. And we're going to go one more match, and then I am going to grab the bootleg that I'm going to reveal for our that will be in my upcoming bootleg set. And so we've got one more fight here before the bootleg unveil. And then I think we have 2 matches after that. So, don't go anywhere. Alright, on his way to the ring, standing 6 feet tall, weighing in at 260 pounds. From Humboldt, Iowa, this is Toots Mondt. And Toots Mondt is in the blue corner. And his opponent, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 186 pounds. He's from Youngstown, Ohio. Here is Jack Zarna. And Jack Zarna in the red corner. Zarna is, of course, one of the great bootlegs released in set 1 of Sam Luptak Jr.'s bootlegs. Very, very cool set. I am happy to have a lot of the cards. Jack Zarna is a great sort of middle card guy for me here. I don't know how that got flipped over, but it needs to be that way. There we go. And let's roll for some initiative. And it looks like Zarna is in control out of the lockup. And Jack Zarna grabs a stranglehold on Toots Mondt. And Mondt is dazed. And Zarna continues with that stranglehold. And Toots Mondt continues to be dazed. Mondt can't really get his head around why he's being strangled right off the bat. And now we've got Zarna with a Wittenberg whip on Toots Mondt. And Mondt, this is an agility move, and Zarna has the agility, so that is going to work. And Mondt is hurt. And now Jack Zarna with a chicken wing on Toots Mondt. And Mondt is dazed by the chicken wing. So we're back up to level 1. And Zarna grabs a hammerlock on Toots Mondt. And Mondt is hurt by the hammerlock. As Zarna continues his fight here. And a chicken wing on Toots Mondt once again. And this time, he is hurt again. So no different than the last time. But this time, Zarna follows up with a half Nelson slam out of that chicken wing. And that one is going to cause Toots Mondt some considerable problems, as Zarna goes for the cover after that half Nelson slam. Mondt needs 4 or better to kick out, and he just barely gets it. And Mondt in trouble here, and really in trouble here, as Zarna hits that Grecian grip. This is a 0-level finisher, so Mondt now needs 5 or better to break the Grecian grip, and with a roll of 8 he gets it. But he gets a point of fatigue, and I'm dropping the dice everywhere. That one, I don't even know where it went. Let me get down here and look for it, because I only have like 2 dice. Alright, here we go. Found it. And Mondt in trouble here. And Zarna with a reverse back body hold on Toots Mondt. And that's going to leave Mondt down. So Mondt still in trouble. And Zarna, once again, grabbing that Grecian grip on Toots Mondt. Mondt needs 6 or better to kick out. And with a roll of 6, he just barely gets it. Just barely able to break that hold before submitting. And Zarna continues his attack. And Zarna with a reverse back body hold on Toots Mondt. And that's going to hurt Toots Mondt. And now Zarna with a headbutt. And that is some dirty wrestling by Jack Zarna, as Toots Mondt is hurt. And now Jack Zarna grabs the chicken wing. But this time Toots Mondt rolls out and takes control of the fight. And now Toots Mondt with a front face lock and heel hook, and this is an agility move. And unfortunately, Jack Zarna has the agility. So Zarna is going to take control once again. And now Zarna grabs a double wrist lock on Toots Mondt. And this is a choice A maneuver. So he's either going to back him into the ropes, or a level 2 move on a roll of 6 or less. He's going to back him into the ropes. Mondt is a B ropes rating. So a B4 into the ropes. You and the opponent are clinched near the ropes. You sidestep the opponent and use a quick leg sweep. And roll on level 2 offense. So now Toots Mondt leg sweeps Jack Zarna, takes control of the fight. And Toots Mondt with a shoulder tackle on Jack Zarna. And that's going to leave Zarna down. And Zarna is going to roll out of the ring. And Zarna with a 4A out of the ring. Let's see what 4A is. As the opponent barrels you into the ropes, you both fall from the ring. You shift your weight and land on top of him. Opponent rolls count out. If there's no count out, you continue on level 3 offense. So, since it was a rollout, we'll say that Mondt went to lock up with him, and Zarna threw himself over the rope on top of Mondt, sort of like a, I don't know, a really early plancha, I guess. I don't know. Something like that. But he landed on top of Mondt on that concrete floor, and Mondt is hurt. He's outside of the ring. He needs a 7 or better, and he just barely gets it. Mondt is the king of just barely managing to not get beaten here, and Zarna is in control of the match. And Zarna once again grabs that Grecian grip, and now Mondt needs 8 or better to break it. And finally, Toots Mondt is not able to break the Grecian grip and submits, as Jack Zarna is your winner. Man, that was a match. It was weird it was all Zarna, which I was not expecting at all. And Toots Mondt just kept kicking out of things, or breaking holds, or just barely getting back in the ring. It was pretty ridiculous. Let's record this one. And we've got Zarna defeated Mondt via Grecian grip. And let's see here. Mondt is, if I believe he's a 6'3", He is a 6'3", so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But once again, a 2.5-star match, even though it was all one-sided, as Jack Zarna picks up the win. Alrighty, folks. This is the bootleg reveal portion. Not previously got the bootleg out, so I'm going to go to my folder of bootlegs and grab the bootleg that I am going to present to you. Drop my folder because I'm a friggin' klutz. Which, of course, opened the folder. Because why wouldn't it? I'll have to pick that up and deal with that afterwards. I have a mess of card holders here. So, the next bootleg in my Bootlegs of Wrestling set here is none other than Joe Mildred, who is a pretty legendary shooter from the 1910s and 20s. 3-time world champion, although every time he won the championship, something happened with sort of politics, or some state commission decided that there was some kind of rule violation, and so every single time the title was sort of clawed back and given to back to the opponent or to somebody who promoters liked better, which is sort of unfortunate because he was a legitimate badass. He was a former boxer, noted hooker, helped train guys like Ad Santel, or worked with him. Promoted San Francisco before Roy Shire took it over. Basically ran the original NWA San Francisco before Shire ran Big Time Wrestling. Shire came in as an outlaw promoter and just kind of pushed him out eventually. So he has that going for him as well. Mildred is a 5'2". He's got a level 2 finisher. Definitely a tough card. I wanted him to be sort of a potential world title guy. I know that it seems weird because most people have never heard of him, but he's a world title guy. But like I said, he's a 3-time world champion. Most people know the name Joe Stecker on some level. So there's a story about Mildred and Stecker. So Stecker was the champion in the mid-20s, the world champion, and he was scheduled to face somebody who got sick or injured or whatever, or at least that's how the story goes. The promoter threw Mildred at him. Stecker took one look at him, basically said, nope, there's no way I can beat that guy in a legitimate fight, even though Stecker himself was a pretty notable wrestler and shooter. Basically said, no, I'm not going to do this. I can't beat him legitimately. I think you're going to double cross me, and refuse to fight for the title, or refuse to defend his title unless the promoter paid him an additional $10,000. So that's the kind of reputation that Mildred had amongst other wrestlers, was basically he was a badass. And I am happy to present him here to everybody. In my upcoming bootleg set, there'll be 6 cards. I already announced Dale Lewis, Professor Dale Lewis, and I posted the final artwork for Dale Lewis on the Facebook page for, the Phil Singer Games Promoters Facebook page, I believe it is. So if you're interested, you can look there. And Mildred will be joining him, and the Random Fan. I think I announced both Lewis and the Random Fan card last time I did a stream. But yeah, so that's what we've got going on. We've got Joe Mildred, the Utica Panther. He is the 3rd card of 6 in my bootleg set. Keep in mind that this artwork is fantastic. Warner did it. The coloring, though, is my coloring. So the finalized artwork will be Warner's coloring. I just printed him off so that I had a card I could play test. I've actually made some changes to his stats since this card was printed. which is why I didn't have a match with him tonight, because I didn't have the updated card. I haven't printed it yet. But, so the artwork you see here is just preliminary. You will get if you decide to order the set, it will come with a fully Warner artwork. None of my coloring. Not that my coloring is bad, but, I'm not even going to make up that I'm not even going to have that sort of ego. Warner's colorings are better than mine. So. But that's what we've got going on there. So here we go on to our next match. Which is a tag team match, which is going to see the team of the Terrible Turk and Norula, both from Turkey, with a total combined weight of 655 pounds. This is Turkish Gold. And their opponents. On his way to the ring first, standing 6 feet tall, weighing in at 185 pounds, from Ravenna, Nebraska, the Nebraska Tiger Man, John Pesek. And his partner, weighing in at 250 pounds and standing 6 feet tall, from Verdun, Quebec, Canada, here is Yvon Robert. And Robert and Pesek are going to face off against Turkish Gold here. Turkish Gold is notable for being the first tag team in the world in my universe. They formed shortly before Mustachioed Muscle, and they're in there with a makeshift team of Pesek and Robert. And we're going to need some addition. I don't know why I'm rolling here. I guess we can roll to see who's going to start off. Let's see. And it's going to be Robert on this side. And it's going to be Ishmael on this side. So we've got 6-3. We've got 4-1. And let's take a quick look at these guys. And Pesek is a 6-3. He's a 7-4. I already know that. But I'm going to look just to be sure. Yep, that's correct. 7-4. And let's put down some pin saves. And here we go. We're off to the races. Yvon Robert and Yusuf Ismail, the Terrible Turk, lock up. And it looks like it's going to be Ishmael who takes it off of the lockup. And Yvon Robert with a collar and elbow tie-up. And that is going to daze Yusuf Ismail, the Terrible Turk, who has no idea what's going on when it comes to locking up. And Yvon Robert going to back him into the ropes. And the Terrible Turk has a C ropes rating here. That was on the thing. And so that is a 4C into the ropes. The opponent backs into the ropes, and you both break clean to the applause of the crowd. Roll again for initiative. And they tie. So Yvon Robert and Yusuf Ismail stare each other down. And they lock up again. And this time it is Yvon Robert getting the better of Yusuf Ismail, using his superior technical ability, rolling on level 3 here. And that is a knee to the midsection of Yusuf Ismail. So it goes south quickly. And Ishmael is hurt. And now, standing top wrist lock by Yvon Robert. And Ishmael hurt once again. And here, we are seeing a body slam by Yvon Robert. But this is a choice D maneuver. So let's see what we've got here. Choice D, it's going to be a level 2 move on agility, or a level 3 move on power. You'd be silly to roll power against the Terrible Turk. So it is going to be a 10 or less for a level 2 body slam. And he gets it. So Turk rolling on level 2 here. And he is hurt by that body slam by Yvon Robert. And Robert with another standing top wrist lock on the terrible Turk. And the Turk powers out of that wrist lock. And he is on the attack here. And now, with a big bear hug on Yvon Robert. And Robert is hurt, but he can try the tag to John Pitt. No, he can't. He can't tag. These guys are a makeshift team. I'm not going to allow that. They don't have the chemistry for that. So he is hurt. And Ishmael, the terrible Turk, with a punch to the nose on Yvon Robert. And Robert is able to block it and take control of the match. And now Yvon Robert going to back the terrible Turk into the turnbuckle. He's got a B turnbuckle rating, B4. So let's see what that's going to be. A B4. As you and your opponent are tied up, you back into the corner. The referee orders a clean break, but your opponent takes a wild swing at your head. Terrible Turk is able to duck the swing by Robert and then drive into his opponent with a double leg takedown. So Terrible Turk took him down and is now rolling on level 2 offense. And a falling body slam by the Terrible Turk. This is a choice E maneuver. And so we've got a level 2 move on power or a level 3 move on agility. And it's going to be agility because Robert has a lot more power than he does agility. So this is going to be on 8 or less, a level 3 move, a falling body slam. And he gets it, and Robert rolling on level 3. And Robert is hurt, and Terrible Turk going to tag into Norula. And Norula comes in on level 2, and he hits him with a kick to the thigh, and that's going to hurt Yvon Robert. And now Norula with a falling back leg trip, and that's going to put Robert down. Norula really taking control of this one. Robert in trouble. And Norula, he's going to sit on Yvon Robert, and Yvon Robert going to try to leave the ring. Going to try to get out from underneath Norula. And he is successful. And let's see what happens here. Robert. A B. Let's see here. B6. Apparently there was some streaming weirdness, so we're on B6 of the out of the ring chart. You tumble through the ropes to the floor. The opponent holds the ropes open for you to return to the ring in a display of good sportsmanship. So Norula just kind of backs off to the center, lets Robert get back in. And Yvon Robert in trouble here as Norula is on the attack. And Norula with another falling back leg trip on Yvon Robert. Robert hits the mat, but is able to get back up. And now Norula gonna back him into the ropes. And Yvon Robert has an A ropes rating, so. And A11 into the ropes. You and the opponent are locked in a clinch near the ropes. The opponent locks in an underhook and throws you hard to the mat. Opponent rolls on level 3 offense. So Norula on level 3 here. And Norula gonna sit on him once again. And once again, this is gonna hurt Yvon Robert. And now Norula with a kick to the thigh. That's gonna hurt Robert again. Robert needs to get off of the defense here. And Norula hitting him with a falling back leg trip is not going to help that. And that's going to lead to a pin. This is a courtesy roll. He can't be pinned. And there we go. And Norula is on the attack. And he sits on him once again. Norula not really showing that he has a lot of depth in his offense here as he sits on Robert one more time. And Robert is down. And Norula, I'm going to tag back the Terrible Turk is I don't know how many more times I can watch and roll a sit on Yvon Robert. And the Terrible Turk comes in on level 3. And he's going to throw Robert out of the ring. And a B7. Out of the ring, B7. And Yusuf Ismail tosses him out, moves back to the center of the ring, and just lets him get back in. And now, we've got a rib crusher from the Terrible Turk. And that's going to hurt Yvon Robert. Robert really needs to do something to get to counter these attacks. And now a punch to the nose. And that connects. And Robert is hurt. And now, another falling body slam. This is a choice E maneuver. So this is going to be an 3 on agility or a 2 on power. This is definitely an agility thing. So agility is going to be 8 or less. And he does not get it. Robert finally able to counter a move and try for a comeback. And Robert with a body slam. This is a choice D maneuver. So he is not even going to think about it. He's going to roll on the agility. So 10 or less. And he rolls boxcars. He does not get it. Terrible Turk on the attack. And Terrible Turk with a punch to the nose. And that's going to connect. And Robert is hurt. And Terrible Turk now with that big falling body slam. This is a choice E. This is going to be, he's going to roll on agility, so it's going to be 8 or less. And he gets it. So Robert rolling on level 3 defense here, as that big falling body slam was successful. And Robert is hurt. Oh, throwing that to the wrong side. And Terrible Turk once again punches him in the nose. And John Pesek is getting very frustrated here, having watched Ishmael just continuously punch this dude in the nose. And Robert, he seems to be firing up after that last shot to the nose. Really mad, getting right in Ishmael's face. And he shoves Ishmael, pushes him off balance, and takes control of the fight. And that was off the table. And so now it's a 5. And that's going to be a hammerlock takedown by Yvon Robert on Yusuf Ismail. And that is going to put Ismail down. Ismail in the hammerlock, able to scoot himself under the bottom rope and out of the ring. And this is a B or an A7 out of the ring. And Yvon Robert, not wanting to be a jackass, is able to let him back in. And Robert with a tag finally to John Pesek, the Nebraska Tiger Man, comes in. And Pesek in on level 2 here. And Pesek grabs the Terrible Turk. And he hits a big waistlock slam on Yusuf Ismail. And that is going to put Ismail down. Ismail going to be pinned here unless he can roll 4 or better. No pin save here. And he's able to get it. And Pesek on the attack. And Pesek with a Tiger Man toe hold. 6 or better. We're going to see a Narula come in and try to save him here. And here's the pin save. And an 8. I don't think that that's successful, but it's been a while since I have used the pin save chart. 8. Your tag partner tries to help but is stopped by the opponent's tag partner. Roll your pin. So Ishmael, he needs a 6 or better to kick out or to break the hold. And he just barely gets it. And Pesek on the attack. And Pesek grinding his forearm into the face of the terrible Turk. And Ishmael able to counter it, moving his head out of the way. And Ishmael on the attack here. Ishmael backs Pesek into the turnbuckle. Pesek has an A turnbuckle rating and an A7. Let's see what happens here. A7 into the turnbuckle. And that is a reversal. So Pesek able to spin it around, put Ishmael in trouble in the corner. And he's a B turnbuckle, so that is a B8. And your opponent backs out of the corner, and Ishmael rushes towards them. And Pesek uses Ishmael's momentum to throw him overhead and do a big suplex. And the 305-pound man is not used to that. So that had to hurt extra hard here, as Pesek is on the attack. And Pesek with a double wrist lock on Yusuf Ismail, and Terrible Turk is hurt. And now Pesek, once again, Tiger Man. Oh, nope. We're on level 2 now. So it's a lateral press key lock on Yusuf Ismail. And now Ishmael is down. Now we're back on level 3. Of course, now he rolls a 1, so it doesn't even matter. Grinding his forearm into the face of the Terrible Turk. And the Terrible Turk is hurt. And now Pesek gonna tag in Yvon Robert. And Robert comes in on level 2. And Robert with a standing top wrist lock on Yusuf Ismail. And Yusuf able to counter it with some power here. And Ishmael with a nostril ripper. This is a choice A maneuver. So we could either back him into the ropes, or it's a power rating. Ooh. That's not really good either way. I guess he's going to back him into the ropes. He's got an A ropes rating. And he rolls an A10. You and your opponent break clean. As the opponent backs up, you step towards the opponent, and he grabs you in a quick fireman's carry. Opponent rolls on level 2 offense. So the Terrible Turk with the fireman's carry, he's on level 2. And now Turk punches him in the nose. Terrible Turk likes to punch him in the nose. And that's going to hurt Yvon Robert, and Terrible Turk going to make that tag to Nerola. And we've got Nerola coming in on level 2 here. And he's going to back Yvon Robert into the ropes again. And Robert rolls an 11 into the ropes this time. Even worse than the last one. You and your opponent are locked in a clinch near the ropes. The opponent locks in an underhook and throws you hard to the mat. The opponent rolls on level 3 offense. So Nerola showing a little bit of technical ability with an underhook throw there on Yvon Robert. And Nerola on the attack. And he's going to sit on him. Why would he do anything else? And Robert is hurt as Nerola sits on his chest. And Nerola with a half Nelson. Once again, trying to get technical here. And that half Nelson confuses Yvon Robert, who is dazed. And Nerola with a pick up and set in the corner. So he picks him up, sets him in a neutral corner. But Robert clubbing him right in the forehead as he sets him in the corner and taking control of the match. Yvon Robert with a side headlock on Nerola, the 7'2" man. I don't know how he's got him in that side headlock, but he managed. And that's going to hurt him as Yvon Robert continues his attack. Yvon Robert with a hammerlock takedown on Nerola. And this is going to put Nerola down, but Nerola is going to leave the ring. He's got an A ring rating. And A6 out of the ring. A6. Your opponent opens the ropes, but as you step through, you take down the opponent with a leg whip. The official is frustrated by your lack of sportsmanship. Roll DQ. If there's no DQ, you continue to attack. So Narola with a leg whip on Yvon Robert. And now he's rolling his DQ, which is 6. And he is not disqualified. So now Narola rolling on level 3 on Yvon Robert. And Narola's going to sit on him again. And Robert is hurt. Or no, Robert is down. So that one finally just crushed the wind right out of him. And now Narola with the rolling smother hold. This is a +1 finisher on Yvon Robert. He needs to roll 4 or better to kick out of the smother hold. And with a roll of 5, he does it. Narola on the attack. And he sits on his opponent once again. And this time he's not going to get up. This is going to be a pin. So he's going to need a 4 or better to kick out. And with a roll of 7, he gets it. And Narola on the attack here. And Narola with another rather with another rolling smother hold on Yvon Robert. This is a +1, so he's going to need 6 or better. Pesek is going to come in, try the pin save. And Pesek with a roll of 8. I think that's unsuccessful. I think we already knew. We already rolled that. Yep. So that is unsuccessful. So he's going to need to roll a 6 or better to kick out. And he gets it. And now, Narola on the attack again. And with a roll of 3, a standing folding press on Yvon Robert. And Robert is hurt. And Narola gonna back him into the ropes. Yvon Robert has an A ropes rating, so this may be a bad thing. A7. I don't think it's going to be that bad. I think this is going to be the initiative, the clean break. Yep. So they break clean. And they're rolling for level 2 here. And it's going to be Yvon Robert who gets it. And Robert with a hammerlock takedown on Narola. And that hammerlock is going to put him down. But Narola once again going to roll out of the ring. And a roll of 6, so an A6 out of the ring. So Robert opens the ropes for him. And Narola, once again, grabs his leg, hits him with the leg whip. So he's going to roll his DQ of 6. And that's it. He is disqualified. Narola manages to upset the referee for the same thing as he grabs the leg and whips him to the ground as Robert was trying to hold the ropes open so he could re-enter the ring. The referee says that that's not sportsmanlike and disqualifies him. The State Athletic Commissioner referees are being very tough this evening as another disqualification is issued, and your winner is Yvon Robert and John Pesek. Let me mark that down. So Robert defeated via DQ. Was disqualified for unsportsmanlike conduct. And let's see what we've got. None. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 1, 2. So 6 between 4 people. We're going to call that a 1.5 star match. Oh, I put it between the wrong thingies. There we go. 1.5 stars. And with 2 matches left on the night, this has actually been a fairly long card, despite all of the DQs. So, our next match is a no-holds-barred match. It is a grudge rematch between these two fighters. On his way to the ring, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds, from Little Rock, Arkansas, he is Danny McShain. And his opponent, standing 6 feet tall, weighing in at 220 pounds, hailing from Hartford, Connecticut, he is Wild Bull Curry. And no DQs, no countouts here. Anything goes in this no-holds-barred match. These two had a disqualification in their last match. So they want to get straight to it and see who is the better man. No referees being overzealous here. And Curry is a 5'2". McShain is a 6'3". And let's get to it. And they tie. So they stare each other down as they both break the lockup. And the initial offensive level increases to 2. And dangerous Danny McShain takes it out of the lockup. And McShain with a kick to the midsection. And this is a choice C maneuver. So it's either going to be a 3 on the agility or a 2 on the power. And Curry has +1 for both. So we're going to go with the agility. So he needs a 7 or better. And he doesn't get it. With a roll of 8, Bull Curry able to kick that, or catch that kick to the midsection and go on the attack. And Curry catches the kick, pulls him in, and grabs a double wrist lock on Danny McShain. And McShain able to break his wrists out and take control of the fight as McShain grabs a side headlock on Bull Curry. And Curry is hurt. The eyebrows keeping Bull Curry from being able to pull his head out. They're just creating too much friction in that headlock. As Danny McShain, with a single headlock, with a side headlock takedown, so he transitions from the headlock, then just kind of takes him down with it. And Bull Curry is down. Wow. McShain really in an advantageous position here. And Danny McShain grabs him back up in the headlock, pulls him to the turnbuckle, and just slams his head into the turnbuckle over and over again. And that's going to put Curry down again. Danny McShain not screwing around here. And now dangerous Danny McShain with the octopus leg breaker on Wild Bull Curry. And that is a level 0 finisher. So Curry needs to avoid snake eyes, and he does. But McShain in a good place here. And McShain picks him back up and pile drives him straight to the mat. This is a +1 finisher, so now he needs 5 or better to keep from kicking out. Or I mean to kick out, to keep from being pinned. And he is successful. So Danny McShain can't quite do it there. And McShain, double foot stomp. This is a choice H maneuver. So this is either going to be ropes or a level 3 move on the agility. I think we're going to do the agility. That's going to be a roll of 8 or less. And he gets it. And so now Bull Curry got double foot stomped by Danny McShain, rolling on level 3 here. And he is hurt as McShain continues his attack. And Danny McShain nails Bull Curry with the drop kick. And that puts Bull Curry down. Danny McShain continues to just rough up Bull Curry, nailing him with an uppercut. And that's going to catch Bull Curry, and Curry is hurt. And Danny McShain comes in, grabs a figure 4 head scissors as Curry tried to get back to his feet, but McShain able to keep that from happening. And that's going to put Bull Curry down. And Curry in trouble once again, as dangerous Danny McShain applies the octopus leg breaker one more time. And this is a level 0 finisher, so he needs to roll 5 or better to kick out. And he does. Breaking the hold. Curry is still in trouble, though. And now, dangerous Danny McShain gonna throw Bull Curry out of the ring. No DQs here, no nothing. No countouts. And that is going to be an A7. So out of the ring, A7. Let's see here. We have the other out of the ring chart too. Let's see what that one says. I like this one better. We're going to use the normal out of the ring chart for this one. A7. The opponent comes out of the ring to attack you and a wild brawl erupts. The wrestler with the better ring rating wins the brawl and rolls on level 3 offense. If both wrestlers have the same ring rating, then the opponent rolls on level 3 offense. And they both have A level ring ratings. So that is going to be Danny McShain winning the brawl out of the ring and tossing Curry back in and rolling on level 3 offense. And McShain dragging Curry over to the buckle again and slamming his head into the turnbuckle over and over again. And that is going to leave Bull Curry down, but Curry is going to roll out of the ring. And this is an A4. Let's see here. And Curry grabs McShain by the leg and drags him out of the ring and smashes him into the turnbuckle post and is now on level 3 offense. So Bull Curry posts Danny McShain and takes control of the match. And Bull Curry with an alligator clutch. This is a choice G maneuver. So let's see here. Choice G. This is going to be a turnbuckle or a level 3 on power. And I think we're going to do that one. That's 7 or better. 7 or less. And he gets it. So McShain rolling on level 3 here. And McShain rolls it down 3. So McShain is hurt by that alligator clutch of Bull Curry. And Curry with a series of punches. And this one has an asterisk. Roll 1 die. On a roll of 1 or 2, Curry slips on brass knuckles. So let's see if he hits him with a series of punches or whether he hits him with brass knuckles. He does not hit him with brass knuckles. This is just a level 1 finisher. So McShain needs 5 or better to kick out. And McShain can't do it. So Wild Bull Curry, with a series of punches, has defeated dangerous Danny McShain in a match that McShain really just commanded for most of the fight. Curry defeated McShain via series of punches. And let's see, Curry had 3, McShain had 1. So that was a 2-star match. And that one sets up our main event of the evening. This match is scheduled for 1 fall. On her way to the ring, standing 5 feet 2 inches tall, weighing it at 135 pounds. From Flint, Michigan, the challenger, Cora Livingston. And her opponent, also standing 5 feet 2 inches tall, weighing it at 138 pounds, from Coffeyville, Kansas. She is the NBBW World's Women's Champion. Here is Mildred Burke. And so Mildred Burke, our Women's Champion, is defending her title against the initial Women's Champion, Cora Livingston. And Livingston is a 5-2. Burke is a 5-2. Let's see who gets the initiative. And it looks like it's the champion, Mildred Burke, gets the better of the lockup. And Mildred Burke gonna back Livingston into the turnbuckle. She is an A turnbuckle, but she rolls a 10, so probably not that great. And that is an overhead suplex by Mildred Burke as Cora Livingston tries to rush in and does not get the better of it. And Mildred Burke now on level 3. And Burke with a crooked hedge scissors on Cora Livingston. And that's going to hurt Livingston. And Burke with a hammerlock. But Cora Livingston able to spin out of that and take control of the fight. Cora Livingston going to back Burke into the ropes. Burke has an A ropes rating. And this is an A7. And that's going to be the initiative roll. So the two break clean. And Mildred Burke and Cora Livingston lock up again. And I dropped the dice yet again. This is just an unprecedented amount of times that I have dropped the dice on this stream. Usually I do it once or twice. It just seems like I am dropping it every time this time. So they're rolling for level 3 offense now as they break that lockup off and stare each other down. And it's Mildred Burke, our champion, who takes control and is now in a really good position as she rolls on level 3. And that's a full Nelson. And Cora Livingston is hurt by Burke's Nelson. And Mildred Burke throws Livingston to the mat with a suplex. And Livingston able to use the ropes to get back to her feet, but she is hurt. And now Mildred Burke grabs her with a grinding face lock. And this is a choice F maneuver. So that is either going to be a level 2 on agility or a level 3 on power. And I think we're going to go for the agility. And that's going to be a 5 or less. That's not a very good. And that's not going to work. And Cora Livingston takes control of this one. And Livingston with a hip roll. And this is a choice D. So we just. Let's see. Choice D. This is a 2 on agility or 3 on power. And I guess we're going to go for agility here. And that's going to be a 6 or less. And she does not get it. So Burke comes back. And Mildred Burke crushes Cora Livingston with a forearm uppercut. That just sends Cora Livingston to the mat. She is loopy. And then Mildred Burke, there it is, that alligator clutch. 1, 2, 3, 4. And she needs a 7 or better to kick out of this. And Cora Livingston in a lot of trouble here. And she gets it. Wow. Cora Livingston showing a lot of heart here. Able to kick out of Burke's alligator clutch, which is not a very common thing. And now Mildred Burke. She's going to pitch her out of the ring. Or they're going to back up near the ropes and fall out of the ring, I guess, as it were. And that's an 8. So she's got a B8. As you back into the ropes, the opponent shoves you out of the ring. The referee is upset with such a flagrant rules violation. The opponent rolls DQ. Burke has a 4 for DQ, and she is not disqualified. Now Mildred Burke is on the attack on level 3. And Burke grabs a full Nelson, and that's going to hurt Cora Livingston. And Burke follows up that full Nelson by just moving off onto one arm and wrenching it with an arm wringer. And that is going to hurt Cora Livingston as well. And now Mildred Burke grabs Cora Livingston, picks her up, suplexes Cora Livingston to the mat. And Livingston is hurt as she is able to get back to the turnbuckle and use it to kind of prop herself up back to her feet as Mildred Burke continues the attack. And Burke gonna back Livingston into the ropes, and Livingston does have an A ropes rating. So let's see here. Into the ropes. A6. This is an initiative roll. So the two are rolling for initiative once again. And they break off their grapple and stare each other down again. They are rolling for level 3 now. And once again, our champion gets the upper hand and comes out on top. And Mildred Burke with one more alligator clutch. 1, 2, 3, 4. So she needs 8 or better to kick out now. And she does not get it. So your winner, and still NBBW World's Women's Champion, Mildred Burke. And let's go ahead and record the results of that match. Burke defeated Livingston via alligator clutch. And that would be Mildred Burke retained the NBBW World's Women's title. And let's see, what was that? As far as she was a 5-2, correct? Yep. So 2 stars. So that was a 1-star match. We're going to give it an extra star for being a title match. So that was a 2-star match as well. Really no surprise that Mildred Burke kind of manhandled her. Mildred Burke kind of manhandles everybody. And that is it for us for the day. Just going to show off the Joe Mousewitz, which is the upcoming bootleg card. Part of the bootleg set that I have coming out. And that is going to be it for me for the evening. I always say I will be back. I might be back tomorrow and then don't come back. So, I might be, but don't count on it. My track record for that is not very good. So, but yeah, thank you for joining me. Thank you to Jay Irish and Mark Ferguson, Doc Mange, Derek Bauman was here earlier, John McLaughlin. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you had a good one, and we will see you when I am live again, whenever that may be. Take care.